This is a trade I took yesterday using the 1, 2, 3. This is another trade I took yesterday using the 1, 2, 3. And this is the result. Once I understood these three things, price action became so simple. And that is the aim of this video. By the end of the video, you will see how simple trading using clean price action is. If you are new to the channel, subscribe. I have a free mentorship program. Go check it out. Link will be in the description. Let's jump into the video. Now, step number 1 is, first of all, you must know when to buy or when to sell. This is a big issue for a lot of traders. So this is my process. I have a signal day, and then the signal day tells me when to sell or when to buy. Now, the process is simple. Identify the high and the low of the week. Then look for the failed breakout at the high or the low. And then apply the failed breakout equation, which is the signal day. Let's do this in live time to show you. Let's use this trade. We have Monday setting the high and the low of the week. And then on Tuesday, we have nothing. So the first step is just knowing where the high and the low of the week is. And then on Wednesday, I am looking for a breakout. I'm looking for a breakout. And then if I see a breakout at the high of the week, I look for how did that day close? Did that day close inside of the high and the low of the week? Or did that day close outside? If it closes inside, then this is my signal day, and this is what I've annotated as FBO, failed breakout. Now, if I have a failed breakout, then I apply the signal day equation. The signal day equation says that if you have a failed breakout at the high, this is equal to sell next day. No question about that. That's the only thing that I'll be looking to do on the next day. Now, if I have a failed breakout at the low of week, remember it's low of week, not previous day, low of week or high of week, then we buy next day. No question about that. So the close of this day will determine how I will trade the next day. Now, when we come to the next day, how do we exactly enforce the 1, 2, 3 in order to get these high quality setups? Now, this is where breaking your strategy down into mechanical steps comes in handy. Now, this is how I've broken down my setup. Number 1 is very simple, and these are just things that anybody can do. If you're a beginner or advanced, it doesn't matter. Step number 1 is identify timing window. So in order for me to catch high quality setups and also free my time, I have a timing window when I have the most reliable setups for. So for Asia, that is 8 to 11 p.m. New York time. And then for London is 2 to 5 a.m. New York time. And then for New York is 8 to 11 a.m. New York time. That is step number 1. So let's do that. Now this trade, we caught it in Asia. So Asia begins from 20 to 23. 20 to 23. Now, the timing window has already been established. Moving on to the number 2 is where is the high and low of day prior to trading window. So, if I come to the screen, assuming I don't have this, then I won't have all this information. I'll just have a few candles. Maybe 8 candles there. So I ask myself, where is the high and the low prior to my window? That is my high and that is my low there. Step number 3. I am looking for setups for 3 hours, but first hour sets high and low of session. Do not trade. So in the first hour, we let it just set the high and the low of the session. Just observe it, not trading in the first hour. Do we do that? Yes. So in the first hour, we have 20, 21, 15, 21, 30, 21, 45. What do? We pin the high. So we extend our high to that level. So now we have the first hour setting the high and the low of the session, which coincidentally is the high and the low, is the high of the day. The low of the day is set prior to the window. The next step, number 4, is now when we look for 1, 2, 3. Now, what exactly is this 1, 2, 3? The 1, 2, 3 looks like this. We are looking for 1 push up, 1 push down, 1 push up. And the 1 push up, the first push, number 1, has its own characteristics. Number 1 is it can be any number of candles. So it can be 1 candle, 2 candle, it doesn't matter as long as it's bullish. And then number 2 is 2 consecutive candles. That is the least number of candles you expect to see here. It can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4. But the least is 2. And then this candle here, or these candles here, we must have a breakout. So this is called the pump pause breakout. This is a breakout. Number 3 must break out. And it can be in any form. It can be like a small candle there, a small retest, small candle, then boom, breakout. So let's look at what happened in our case. We have number 1 at 20. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 1, number 2, number 3 for the move down. So your entry there stops above the high, targeting first the low of the day, but also the low of the previous day, which we hit in the London session. Let's look at another example. Let's look at GBP card. We got the same thing. So we had the failed breakout here. So the signal day is already set in place. Following the process, timing window, first hour sets the high and the low of the session. This is now the high of the day. Let's look for the 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. 3 is the breakout for the move down. And we can also look at other examples of trades that I've taken. Look at this. This is a Euro USD. We have 1, 2, 3. Breakout, next candle, entry for the move down. We can look at another example. Oh, it's the same trade. All right. Let's look at another example. This was USD JPY in Asia last week, but one, something like that. We have 1, 2, 3. Then for the move down, you can look at another example. This is a USD card. We have 1. This was in the New York session. 1, 2, 3. So the defining factor is the number 2. Number 2 has to be either 2 candles, 3 candles, or 4 candles, or whatever candles, as long as it's not less than 2. Here's another example. We have 1, 2, 3. Even though it was a loser, the move still went down. We can look at another example. Here's another example, another variation. We have 1, 2, and then 3. So all these candles is now the last move. 1, 2, 3 breakout for the move down. So hopefully this strategy exposes how price action is very easy to read if you connect the dots. If you got value from today's video, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.